A lot of trades had been made east and west. And so what move to you concerns you uh, for the Lakers? So what team made a move that you're like, oh crap, that's not good? This could be a really tough team in the West. So, I mean, what move or moves concern you about moving forward going into playoffs?
So there's two teams that are jumping out at me right now. The first being, I would say, the Portland Trailblazers, their move to get Norman Powell, just because to me, he is a more versatile player that they're looking for rather than Cole, who they got rid of, or excuse me, Trent. And then I believe they also got rid of Rodney Hood, who was, I think, injured most of the year. But
Yeah.
that's a team that pulled off a good trade for a good player that I would really be curious to see how he fits in. I think he actually fits into their scheme a little bit better because Gary Trent was kind of more of the player that was kind of getting into McCollum's kind of minutes, or at least a similar style to him. And really, McCollum is the better of the two players, so there's really no need for him. Norman Powell is like that good defensive type of player that can help the second unit, where like Carmelo Anthony is with as well. And that would be a good like 1-2 punch right there when either McCollum or Lillard are on the bench. But the other team that kind of pulled off a really good trade that I'm really not concerned with, but I would say, the Lakers should probably take this team a little bit more seriously when that comes around, and that would be the Dallas Mavericks trading for JJ Redick. I think that makes them a very dangerous team, just because now if their shooting gets hot, they're going to be a very hard team to stop, because you've got Luka Doncic in there already, you've got Porzingis, and now you add JJ Redick. That's not even including the other role players that they have in there, and they could. They are a 3-point kind of a shooting team, and with Porzingis being kind of a versatile player, can play inside and outside. Luka is just an all-world kind of player that we don't see hardly at all. JJ Redick, alum from Duke, one of your favorite schools, he's proven to be, a player that could get you the shooting you need. He also plays decent defense, but for the most part, like when you're looking for a hot shooter or you're looking for some sort of offense, he's a good little plug-in to be in there. And even if he runs with the second unit, that's a very good play for them. And I think the Dallas Mavericks are kind of a scary team and a sleeper team in some sense. So, in the West, I would say, obviously we want to keep our eyes on Portland. I think they're a little bit worse than they are from last year, but I think definitely the Mavericks have gotten better this year, and this trade definitely makes them a more dangerous team. So that would probably be a team I would watch out for. And if the Lakers continue to slide, we could easily see them in the play-in tournament. And, if they get hot while we're still trying to figure things out, we could be bounced from that, and that's kind of one of the things I think about when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks now.
Yeah, I that's a good one. They were last year we were talking about the Mavericks with Seth Curry, how surprisingly good it was for the Mavericks. Then you throw now. I mean, obviously Curry is not there anymore, but now you add JJ Redick. That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I would say safely, in my opinion, that JJ Redick is a better shooter than Curry. Not Seth. So, but JJ Redick, he's a veteran too, so he knows how the game is played. He really he fits so perfectly for Luka Doncic, who is, the guy who has the ball most of the time. And then, Porzingis is there too. He's been really good for them as of late. And then you add in a shooter when both of those guys either are not on the floor or can't get their shot. JJ Redick is a guy who he can move himself to a spot that he can get open and hit a shot. So JJ Redick was a good pickup. For me, the team that I'm most afraid of are the Nuggets. And it's not even the Aaron Gordon thing. I think Aaron Gordon is interesting. I was hearing on some of my podcasts, they were kind of comparing him to when the Nuggets had Paul Millsap for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that. I don't think Aaron Gordon's game is anywhere close to Paul Millsap. I think Paul
Mhm.
Millsap was a better defender. Aaron Gordon is a highlight guy. He's going to benefit from like a Jamal Murray. I think Murray and him are going to have a better. But Jokic is a really good passer as well,
Mhm.
and he can make some things for Gordon. Do I think it changes the Nuggets that much? No. I think
Mhm.
the one that really helped it for me, or me thinking that the Nuggets are a scary team,
Mhm.
they got JaVale McGee. So now when you swap out Jokic, you get McGee. Now, McGee, is he a Jokic passer? Is he a shooter? No, he's not. But we saw with the Lakers, JaVale McGee is kind of a spark guy.
Mhm.
He's gonna get some big dunks like an Aaron Gordon. He's gonna get he's a good shot blocker. McGee is not afraid of anyone. He will go against you. He will come at you every single time. And not only is McGee going to add to the defense when Jokic is not on the floor,
Mhm.
but also he's going to help with their length. So now we talk about, you got Jokic. I still believe they have Plumlee, if I'm not mistaken. You have
Plumlee's in Detroit.
oh, he is?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, still, you have a lot of length with Bol.
Mhm.
I don't know how much he plays, but he's got length. You have JaVale McGee now. I already said Jokic. You still have Millsap, who's a good defender. And honestly, I would put Michael Porter Jr. in that situation because he's really lengthy.
Mhm.
Now you add McGee and Aaron Gordon into that. Um, that's a really big team, and that's a team that you can really throw any defender at an Anthony Davis or a LeBron James, and now you have length on these guys. You now you're bigger than the Clippers. Um, now you're bigger than Utah right now. Phoenix. You're bigger than, well, Portland. Dallas, San Antonio, Memphis, Golden State. All those teams right now are in the either playing or in the playoffs, and so that's scary. I mean, they have a lot of length. That's a team that you could even see if they went into the NBA Finals and had to face a 76ers, a Brooklyn, a Milwaukee.
Mhm.
They could defend those teams and feel good about it. Um, you know, it'll be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. Miami made some really good moves, so I'll
Mhm.
have to keep an eye on that. But just talking about the West, I think the Nuggets did a really good job. They got something that no one thought they either needed or that they wanted to have for their team.
Mhm.
And I think they got length, defense, and then they got some high flyers that will benefit from their star players in Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.